Hello everybody and welcome to Reed's Read Spider-Man Crawl Space Edition. I'm your host Ryan Reed. Please check us out at the SpidermanCrawlspace.com. Well, I've been a little delayed here lately. The green screen was kind of knocked over and pushed out, and why it's not 100% running, it's perfect time to, of course, get on to my Spider-Man books today. Of course, Spider-Man, or should I say, The Symbiote Spider-Man, Alien Reality Issue 3, and of course, the amazing Mary Jane number 5. So let's get into, of course, the Symbiote Spider-Man here. So once again, Peter David does a wonderful job here. The prose of this book have been great. It's been a fun story. It really fits in the continuity. As I've said in previous reviews, it just puts in really well, similar to Untold Tales of Spider-Man. But here, both Greg Land and Peter Allen David really just bring in a lot of this little story where, you know, Spider-Man's world's been turned upside down during the days of the black costume. Here he's in a reality where the Hobgoblin has messed up everything, and Spider-Man is just trying to learn a way to get his reality back to order. It's really great. The characterization is spot on for the characters of Doctor Strange, as well as some of the other villains that are used here in the storyline. Morbius showing up was a great little nod to the 80s of how the vampire was used for a lot of the stories, and I really like how he gets it all together and why he's in this little sanctuary issue. However, it kind of leads to the cons a little bit. As much as this is the midpoint here, getting Spider-Man all ready for the big showdown with the Hobgoblin, we pretty much don't know what has happened really with Ben Parker after apparently May Parker was killed in this reality. It's kind of just dropped just the fact that Spider-Man is trying to get out with Doctor Strange and the Black Cat, or should I say the Black Widow Black Cat, since in this reality Natasha Romanoff is the Black Cat, which also leads to some very things interesting here. The twists and turns of the story are taken are really enjoyable between who's still a villain, who's a good guy in this reality here, but also some problems with Doctor Strange realizing that the symbiote is living on Spider-Man. He will keep the secret here because that kind of throws into the reasons why didn't Doctor Strange know about the symbiote later on when it was trying to take control of Peter, as well as some of the pieces here for the Black Cat's reveal to be a betrayal, that she's actually intends to betray everybody here for all the different magic and pieces, and Baron Mordo coming into the fact that he is now the master of mysticism here in this alternate reality. It's a fun story and the artwork is fantastic. I like the little pieces, but you have a couple of holes in the story where it's kind of like, really? They're going to betray them? Or, ooh, that's kind of a cool twist, followed by, well, what happened with this? So I'll give it a B+. It's pretty solid and pretty enjoyable. So not too bad here. I'm looking forward to the way this series is going to wrap up the next 2 months. Now let's move on to the amazing Mary Jane. I had to do a digital copy here of this one, so I did not have the real physical issue on here, but I went through the digital copy. So let's talk about the pros. First of all, Leah Williams and John just do a wonderful job. The action and artwork is fantastic in this story, and I just love the fact that Mary Jane just kicks butt and takes name with the entire Savage Six, and why some people might say, well, she kind of defeated these villains a little easily. She doesn't. She actually outsmarts them all the way that she does it, versus using robot dinosaurs to take out Stegron, to tricking the Rhino in the quicksand areas, because that's been actually used in the past storylines, as well as the tarantula pieces and so forth. And I really like that, you know, we have these super reformed supervillain members on the set that actually helps Mary Jane take care of the Savage Six. And there's also a nice little callback to the Get Craven series from early 2000s, which talks a little bit why the Vulture is so upset that he's actually jealous, and how he's been screwed through Hollywood before with our villains like Aloysia Kravinoff and now Mysterio. So you actually see really what Adrian Toome's beef is here too, but it's, you know, it's kind of a case, which kind of leads to the cons. As much as this was fun about Mary Jane really just, like, as I say, kicking butts and taking names, she kind of outsmarts these villains a little too easy. Now, in the cases of the Rhino or of course, the tarantula and that actually makes sense. Even King Cobra, why he's led the Super Society and the Serpent Strike Force, he's never been the most smartest of villains. But when you look at somebody like Stegron, who is actually a scientist who does calculate, and the fact that Mary Jane beats him with robot dinosaurs is kind of like, okay. Or the fact that, you know, taking on Toome's one-to-one kind of seems a little too easy for her, and the way that everything gets done here to just finish the movie in a nice, neat bow, which we understand. The book was only supposed to be 6 issues, and now we're going to have the wrap up next issue. And of course, we're leading on to the next storyline where she has to go in hiding. So it's not bad, but it's really enjoyable. So I'll give it a B+ as well. So these are straight B+ stories here. So On that note, everybody, I will see everybody later. Please forgive the little green screen issues. I will hopefully have that all back together when we reveal, of course, my podcast with Jay Jonah as it wraps up next week with the wonderful story here with Chance and everything that's been going on. So in that case, guys, please check us out at the SpidermanCrawlspace.com, and I'll see everyone later.